Hello and welcome to this video where we are going to create a movie app. Really simple, where you can, for example, rate a video or rate a movie and then share it with your friends. So first of all, I have created a standard Next.js project. I have installed CSSTailwind in this project. And just to make sure that it's working, I have just opened the localhost here. If you don't know how to create a Next.js project and install CSSTailwind, you can go in the description and find my other videos, where in one of my videos I'm showing how to do this. So first, let's break it down. What are we going to need to create a movie app? Something where you can rate your videos and your friends can see the videos that you have watched or something like that. So yeah, first of all, I think we're going to create a title. Let's just call it H1. Let's say movie app here. So far so good. Let's also give it a class name and say something like font semibold and then say the text to be 3XL. So here we have it. Let's also give it some padding to make it go here. Perfect. So what we need is actually something. Oh, I can't. We need a component to handle the cards. So let's say cards. We need maybe something to search. Let's say search. Maybe a button to go into the cards, but let's create that in the cards. So I think this is what we're working with right now. That seems fine. Then later we can add functionality to, for example, add another movie or see what movies other people have actually rated or something in the application. So we're going to do a full MERN Stack video. If you guys want me to show how you can create the project, if you don't know how to do this already, just simply ask me and then I'll create a quick video showing you how to do it if you don't remember it. So first of all, let's create this search. I go to my movie app, I create a folder, I call it components. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Inside of this, I'm going to set a search. Or maybe that's not even, let's just create cards first. I go back and inside here, we don't need this. So for my search, I'm going to use something called Mantine. Mantine is a really smart, I don't know what it's called, but it's really smart to get like simple functionality working really fast. So I just copy this code. Let's just close it for now and then install these functionalities from Mantine. I have to wrap my application also with this. So we go into app. Let's just copy this for all of this. And then paste it in here. And save this. I think I also have to do like this, yeah. Perfect. So now Mantine should work in our application. We can just start this again. So we can go ahead and Mantine and search for something like search. Not search, maybe some text input, yes. And what we do here, we can actually just take this text input and put it in here. Let's just put it inside a div. And then we just need to import the text input from Mantine. You can do this by pressing Control and space. And then you can just click here and then it's imported. just delete this. So let's see what it did. Here's our text input. So that looks pretty good. We don't want it to be name. We want to be able to search. We want to search. We don't want this asterisk. So like this. Then what we can do in here is just say something like text sender maybe. And then give it a width. It's really long right now. You can say something like max width, like this, and say mx auto to bring it to the sender. So this looks pretty good, if you ask me. We'll be able to search in here for any movie that we want to see the rating of, and then we can just use it for our application. Yeah, so let's stick with this for now. Keep in mind, guys, that this is only for educational purposes. This will be available for anyone that want to view this code, and then you can just use it as you want. But keep in mind that later when we get going with our Mongo database, you will not be able to see my data, and you will also have to create like your own kind of function. What's it called? Like identity for the application, so you don't use it for commercial purposes. So let's get started with the card. I write RFC. I have an extension from my Visual Studio Code called ES7 Plus React Snippets. I highly recommend to install this because it makes everything so much easier. So you go to the card, you type RFC, and then you pick this React functional component. So now we have a card. We save this, we go in here, we can uncomment this, and just import the cards from our components. So here is our card. I think what we should do is just also wrap this with a div. And inside of this div we should say something like max width, something like this also. Perfect. We should also give it like a margin top, maybe like 10. Nice. Maybe we can make this a bit bigger by doing something like this. Yes, that's good, I think. Perfect. So now we go back to our card. Now we have to think about what we want in this card. What I want is just simple like picture, maybe some buttons where you can upvote or downvote, and then maybe a rating or something. So let's just I think we're going to create another component called card. This card also we do like this, and then inside of this cards, okay, we don't need another component. That's probably stupid. We just go into this. We say something. Just create another div just to be sure. We go here and say something like grid calls of 3, and then maybe 2, and then say md grid calls of 3. So right now we need some data for this. So let's do something like movie const, of course. My bad. Oops, it's up here, that's why. We say const movie, and then we put our array, and then inside of this our object. So inside of this, just right now, before we use data from our database, we want to use some data that we just make up to like experiment with the design of the application. Then later when we implement our data from the database, we can really easily just import this and then make it really, really nice. So what we want for this is a title. We want a image. And then we want a rating. That's pretty much it. Yes. So what we do here now, we put the curly brackets, we say movie.map. And then we want to map through our movie. So let's just say item. And I do it like this. Like this. So in here, let's make a div also. And say something like item.title. Let's give this a title, let's say B movie here. Movie map item.I. We also need to say key here. That's the key. I think maybe I do like this also. Perfect. So now we are mapping through our movies. Let's just make some more. We need an image for this. Let's just go to Google and search for B movie. Let's just save this. I need to find the folder where I saved this. I think it's somewhere in here. Perfect. Let's just find some more movies while we're at it. Let's take something like The Incredibles. Let's just do number 2, that's fine. Save this picture. Same place. I really want it to be, yeah, that's fine. Let's do the 1 also. That's a whip, we can't save that. And let's find another one. This one. Incredible P, yes, that's fine. Let's do Finding Nemo. Not that one, this one maybe. Yes. It really doesn't matter what the name is, but let's just say Finding Nemo. Just to make it easier to find later. Also do the Shark's Tale. That's an old movie, but it's fine. Perfect. Let's also do Last of Us. I know this is a game, but it's really, really good. I'm watching it on HBO right now. Perfect. So now we go back. Let's just find one more B movie. I think the image was really bad. This is better at least. Perfect. So let's stick with these for now. Let's go here. We say I saved it into the public folder and I called it bmovie.jpg. I want to give this a rating of 3.4. Let's add another movie. Let's add a few movies. Let's say Last of Us, The Incredibles, and Shark's Tale. So let's see, what did I call Last of Us? Last of Us JPG. The Incredibles PS, and then Shark's Tale is Shark's Tale. Let's give this a 4.7, 4.2, and this one could get a 3.9. So now as you see here, all our movies are mapping. What we want is to also show the image, and I think I'm going to using something from MainSign here also. They have a really nice component for the image. That's the background image. You can see this one. We just copied the image. We need to create a little more space in here. Let's create another div also. Just push this there, and then let's create a div up here also, where we paste in our image from MainSign. For the source here, we now want to put the item.image, because that's the image that we have in our, from mapping our, just from mapping it. So you can see here now we already have it. It looks pretty good actually. What we want is to make them maybe a little smaller, maybe 150. We also want the padding of this to be, we can make it a bit smaller. Let's do 200. We want this to have a gap of 4. That looks pretty good, if you ask me. What I think we should do, we should probably add some buttons down below the image, just to make it possible to rate the video. So we go back to MainSign, we say button. As you see here, that's a really simple button. Let's just copy this. Import it. We go back, we see what does this look like. We have a button here. We want 2 buttons. So let's just put 2. We want them to sender. Class name. MX auto. And text sender. That's perfect. Now we want to make this background green, maybe like 500, and let's just copy this, just not to write it again, and then we make this red. We should probably also give it like a margin type of 2, like button of 2. We should give it some padding of 2. Oh, we should give this padding. Also this one needs some padding. And then here, let's do some gap of 2. Oh, we can't do that. So let's just put a margin. Margin right of 2. And also this one, margin left of 2. So if I think that looks pretty good. Let's remove this hover, it's really ugly. We keep the background green 500 on hover. Oh. Hover BG5. That's something with main time, but for now let's just keep it like this then, that's fine. So we say up and down. So that's for upvoting, and that's just, we can actually just find some images. React icons, I think that's the good solution. So we say upvote, vote. Let's use this. First we have to install this React icons. We can just copy this. Let's close our application, and then we start it again. npm install React icons. start it again. Then we can just put this here. We're not going to use this. We're not just going to use the BI, I think it's called. Vote. BI downvote. And the BI upvote. Then you have to import BI here. I think that's how you do it. Let's try this. I go here. I say BI downvote. I close this. I say class name. I think you have to give some height. Let's say, and then width 4. So let's see if this works. Yes. So what I did was I imported the icon from React icons, and then I just put it in here, and then I set the height with 4 and the width with 4. The same thing we're going to do for the downvote. We just copy this, put it in here, and then say BI downvote. So perfect. That's how we want it. I think we should put the rating of the movie. I think we should put it in here, just in between these. That would look nice. So let's say something like, first we can just get the voting rating or something. What did I call it? Yes. Let's just say text sender. And then let's say font semi-bold. Let's make it bigger. Text. Excel maybe bigger to Excel. Just Excel, and then let's give this ready, of course. So as you can see now, we have imported this. I give it a small margin top, maybe just 1, that's fine. And then later we can add functionality to these buttons where we can upvote the movie. We also need this title to be somewhere. I think maybe that should be on top of the image. So up here. Let's say, and then font semi-bold, maybe bold. And I think we also make it a bit smaller, like text to Excel. 1 Excel, that's fine. I give it margin button of 2. So yeah. I think that's good for now. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. In the next video, we're going to add actual data from our database. We're going to see how we can search through these videos, these movies. We're going to add some actual functionality to these buttons. And maybe we're going to add something where I can click on the movie and then you can see some description about it, maybe something where you can read what other people have said about the movie. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. Please follow along, and thank you for watching.